Hey y'all, what's good, what's poppin'? Welcome back to my channel. So as you can already tell, I'm going to be doing boho knotless medium size. So I'm just starting with parting her hair. I start parting in the front and the middle, and then I go through the back, and then I connect them in the middle. And I'm just cleaning up the part to make sure that everything is even and nice. And let me tell you, this girl, she had a nice little full head of hair, very thick and healthy and long. But yeah, I'm just cleaning up the part, and I'm also gonna end up putting some gel. I'll show you the gel, what kind of gel it is later. But I know people have really been getting on hairstylists their back about how much gel they be using, and like that's understandable because like some people do use a lot, but like I feel like you need to, well, for me personally, I need to use just like even a little bit just to make sure the parts are clean. So I try to go light with it, but like yes, I need to use it. Sorry, I'm a little bit under the weather, so that's why my voice sounds a little rusty. But then I start sectioning off the back, and I do that by going right above her ear, and then I'm like go on the other side, and then I connect them in the middle. So this is gonna be my first two sections, so I'm just like cleaning up the parts even more. And y'all, it's definitely okay if you need to like see what I'm about to do is take out the hair again to clean up the parts. Like it's okay to go back over your work. Like obviously nothing is gonna, unless you've been doing this for years, I don't know, it's not gonna be perfect like the exact first time that you do it. So this parting method I'm doing, it was cool or whatever. I feel like if you're more experienced or more comfortable doing knotless, then you can do it this way. But then I just I'm splitting this in half. But there's another parting method that I saw where you literally pre-part every single section, and I feel like next time I want to do that because I want to be super precise with this style. I'm just making sure her head is straight so that when I'm parting, it's like as straight as possible. So for medium, I start off with 3 braids in the back. If it was small, depending on how big their head would be, I would do 4 or 5, and then if it was large, I would do 2. So I'm using a different gel on her hair, on her actual hair, than the one that I use for parting, because I feel like it's just different products for different reasons that work better. So when I braid, I braid down 3 times, and then I add in hair underneath with my right hand. I'm always adding on the right, so I'll braid down twice and then add on the right. But y'all, look how crazy my hands are. Like, and then this is exactly why after I finished, my hands were hurting so bad. Like I had to put them in an ice bath. Cause yeah, girl, look how you're holding your hands. I don't know why I do them like that, but like, it's it. So after I add in the 3rd strand, then I can flip my hands over to the different position, and I'll continue braiding in that way. And then the curly hair that I got it from my hair supply store. This one was 18 inches, and it was a track, so like I just cut off the hair. So also when I'm adding in the hair, I know that some people say like they have a problem with their hair slipping out and whatnot. So I decided that when I'm adding in my hair, I'm gonna braid down a couple times to make sure it's secure before I pull out the curl. If that makes sense. I mean, that should make sense, right? Yeah. So for each braid, I'll add like between 2 or 3 curls, just so like it's like a full effect. And I only have 1 braiding rack right now, so I just wanted to show y'all how like I'm overlapping the hair so that I can like put as much as I can, and also so you can see the sizing that I used for the hair. And then on the other side is the hair from the curly hair from the track. It's also human hair, 100% human hair. But yeah. And then this is the gel, the pure neat braid conditioning shining gel is what I use for the for parting. And this is alcohol free, and it's supposed to have a lot of good ingredients in it, so that's why I feel comfortable putting it on their scalp. Because it does what it needs to do. And I feel like the braids in the back, I feel like these were perfect parting for me. Like these were the sizes that I was looking for. yeah, I feel like the braids in the back, they were. You know, try and get them parts clean. And then also I'm using the middle as a guideline for my braids to make sure everything is centered. So I'm gonna start parting in the middle because I want these first two braids to split the middle. And then when I move on to my third row, I want the one braid to be in the middle. You know, I think that makes sense. Also, yeah, stay on her phone. But yeah, I'm just going through and parting the hair, and I'm using a brick method just so that the hair can all lay nicely. And then I'm gonna take my clips and just clip the hair so I see where what the sections are looking like, and also just to keep it all out of my way. And then on the actual hair, I'm using a different gel. This is called GUMMY. I feel like, okay, honest review. I feel like it has a great hold. I was recommended this. Oh, jeez, Louise. I was recommended to use this gel by other hairstylists, and I feel like it does have a great hold. But I just don't really like. It seems like it's gonna have a lot of buildup. And also it looks really dry. Like before I put the mousse or anything on it, it just makes the braid look dry, and I don't really like that. And yeah, I'm just showing you again the size that I'm using. I'm not really going into like that much super deep detail about how I'm doing the knotless because I myself am a visual learner, so I feel like watching me do it slowly is kind of helping you. But yeah, that's why I'm trying to work slow so you can see how I'm doing it. And I also feel like it's in a POV position, so like you can imagine that my hands are your hands and you can literally mimic what I'm doing, because that's how I learned. I watched millions of videos trying to figure out how to do knotless braids when I was first trying to learn, and I literally just mimicked what they were doing with my hands, and like that really helped me. Same things with learning how to cornrow. Like I just have to see the motion that they do, and that really helps me. Also my client, she came with her hair or her scalp creased a little bit. And I'm sorry, and I do understand why stylists ask you not to do that. Well, other stylists, because you know I am a stylist, you know, talk to me nice. Because it doesn't always mix well with the products that we are using. So like it can have a little buildup and whatnot. So I just let her know, you know, for next time. But she said that her scalp can get pretty dry, so I'm like, okay, all right, you know, yeah, that makes sense, but like still. I'm trying to think, is there any other pointers that I have failed to mention for you guys? I don't think so. No, I'm just making sure that I clip the hair out of my way so I don't accidentally braid it. But yeah, I feel like these braids came out really neat. Like I feel like my braids are like tight and consistent. For next time, I will just say I want to do a different parting method where I literally pre-part every single section. And I want to be eventually learn how to braid even faster. But it's like, you would appreciate it because the braids come out neat. Like, you're like, okay, yeah, my girl needs to take her time. Yeah, if the braids look nice, yeah, take your time. But like, don't take 50 million hours. You know, but I want to be able to do the quality and the efficiency, you know, in a timely manner. Because, like, your hairstylist can get done your hair in 2 seconds and you stand up and turn around and it looks a hot mess. Like, sis, maybe you should have took another hour or two, you know. I feel like this clip is probably the best clip to look at to see how you should position. Well, don't position your hands like mine. I don't know what my pinky is doing. But like the actual working fingers, like you see like what I'm doing. Also, I don't know if I said this already, but I know when I was also first learning how to do knotless, I wanted to know exactly how many strands you add into your braids. And a bunch of people were like, oh no, you know, it just depends, you know, certain number, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, I need a science. I need this to be like down to the exact science. But now that I do knotless, I understand what they were saying. It really does depend on the thickness of your client's hair, but I will say like the standard like foundation to build upon. When I first start the knotless off, I braid down 3 times, then I eventually add 2 more when I probably get to like the end of their hair, or when I notice it starts to thin out a little bit too much. And then after that, it just depends on keeping the consistency of the thickness, or if you want to extend the locks. But also when I'm braiding in the human hair, I make sure that, well, I make sure the whole braid is secure, but you definitely want to make sure it's secure when you're adding in the human hair so that it doesn't slip out. And then also I'm using the neat braid hair as I'm braiding down the hair. So I use the neat braid for the parting, and then the actual length of the hair to keep it tucked in. And then I use the gummy just for the roots of the hair so that the parts lay flat and I can easily grip the hair. Also, please don't mind the mess in the back. It is not usually like that. It's just taking a while for the stuff to get moved. Hopefully it's getting moved soon. But yeah. And then for the next, this is the 4th section. I tried to give myself like guidelines or something so that each side could be even. So here I was like, okay, I'm gonna match up this part with the tip of her eyebrows, and the other part would be like the top of her eyebrows, and you know, just so that each side could be even, which each side did end up being even, but still, I wish I braided this fast. Y'all, if I braided this fast, I would be having 5 clients a day. Yep, talk to me nice. But yeah, I feel like these turned out pretty good. You see my pictures in the background? Yeah, that's the beginning of me decorating my space. I had it decorated a different way, but I wasn't feeling the vibe, so I took those down. And now I'm gonna add up some lights and stuff, and I think it's gonna be really, really cute. Just wait for it. I'll show you guys. And yes, I am sitting down. I give kudos to those stylists that can stand up all day long and do their braids, but no. The last time I stood up, oh wait, no, before I get into that, I just want to show you guys, I parted off the hair, the rest of it, so that it would be easier, which it was a little bit easier for me, but still doing a different method next time. But yeah, that definitely did help. But yeah, the last time I stood up on my feet, I literally wore my body down. Every muscle in my body was hurting, and like never again. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down when I can, because that was just ridiculous. But yeah, but now listen, if I braided this fast, that'd be crazy. Also, y'all, it's definitely okay if like you feel like the braid isn't looking the way you want it to look. Take it down and just fix it. It's fine. It's better to take a little extra time than for it to be coming out a hot mess. Don't take too long. Don't take 50 million years, but like make sure you're proud of your work. Don't just be like, oh yeah, you know, it's whatever. Because like when I do my own hair, yeah, I can be like that because it's my own hair. But if it's someone else and they're paying money for this, do the best that you can for them, honestly, because they are a representation of your work. So always do your best. You know. That's girl focus. And we finally made it to the top. Beautiful, beautiful. I had to record this last braid, you know. I also did record when I was doing the finishing touches on her hair, but the whole video was blurry and I'm just like, I can't show y'all that. But basically what I did was I dipped her ends and then I used mousse on the hair. It did kind of flatten out her curly hair, obviously a little bit, but I'm hoping that when it dried up, you know, they got their volume back. And then I did this spray, which I usually think is used after you straighten someone's hair or slick it back just to add shine. But I really like the way that it looks on braids, and also smells amazing, so your hair will smell really good. I also have Got To Be, but the spray part of it wasn't working, so I'm like, okay, but you know, it was fine. So that's all that I added after was it after or before? I think it was before I did her edges. And then also after I did the ends, I used a blow dryer. I used a blow dryer to help with the mousse and also to dry her ends a little bit because it's too cold to be walking around with wet hair. And she only wanted a little bit of edges left out, so like I just worked with her and I just straightened them and curled them a little bit. It's always harder doing other people's edges than your own. But yeah, I think I did pretty good. My poor sis, she is tired. She's ready to go. Don't worry, sis, I got you. We finished at like 6:36. So yeah, you know. Also, I just wanted to show you guys, this is the reference photo that I was looking at. Like, I didn't want the curly hair to be too dramatic this time. And you know, give her credit. But this is how they turned out. I think they turned out pretty good. You know, obviously it's always a learning experience, so next time I do them it'll probably be different. But yeah, these were good for my first time doing these on someone else. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to continue to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'm gonna definitely be back with more.